What's up, everyone? Welcome back. Today we have Bitcoin setting at $60,300 and reclaiming our line of support here at $59,000. We have the SPY breaking to new all-time highs at 566. The Qs also reclaiming their upwards trend line, and we have retail sales coming out this morning and better than expected. So today we are going to discuss what that means for stocks, commodities, and crypto. Plus, I want to mention Tesla breakout that we're seeing right now. And I've got a couple other stocks that you won't want to miss. So if that sounds good to you, be sure to hit the like button and be sure to subscribe if you want to see more. And let's get into the video. All right, guys, what is going on? It is Tuesday. I am back. Yesterday was my birthday, and I spent the weekend out of town with my parents. But nevertheless, let's get into the markets here. So, first thing I wanted to point out here is copper is sitting at 429, and people are worried about the economy. Is the economy going to go into recession? Are markets going to go into recession? Well, Dr. Copper is a good indicator of what is to come. And I've mentioned this chart here several times now since we broke out of this downtrend on copper. And copper is starting to put in a higher low. So it looks like copper may want to break out here very soon, moving to the upside. If so, that would be a good sign overall for the economy and the markets. Copper had a big run into the beginning of this year, and whenever this topped and started to roll over, everyone was calling for a possible recession. Of course, we know that we have rate hikes coming up this week, so we'll have to watch that. But copper actually is yeah, starting to look pretty strong here, and it looks like it may move higher. We have gold hitting new all-time highs last week, sitting at 25.75 this morning. Looks like we are going for that $2,600 level here very soon. And we still think that gold could go to $3,000 an ounce in the coming months and years. Um, and we have Tesla breaking out this morning, sitting at 232, and right now finding some resistance right here. But nevertheless, we have this pendant here, and we mentioned if we broke to the upside here, that Tesla could be going for that gap fill right around 246. So I would look for Tesla to possibly go up there in the coming days. We also know we have another gap fill up higher, but for now, that would be our primary target for Tesla here in the short term. What else is going on in the markets? Well, the markets are starting to turn defensive a bit, so that's something to keep an eye on. We know that things such as utilities and healthcare are starting to outperform, and this is Pfizer, ticker symbol PFE. And you can see here over the past couple of months, we have been putting in now a series of higher lows for Pfizer. This stock has a good dividend, so has income earning potential. And we mentioned back here, if we just zoom in, Pfizer sitting at 29.86. We'll zoom in here a little bit on this chart. And as we mentioned, if Pfizer was to break out and get above this level and reclaim this area, we thought we would see Pfizer go up to around that $35 level. That would be a first take profit for Pfizer if you're trying to trade this, possibly from a longer term investment. It looks like healthcare should do well over the coming months and uh, possibly the next year or so. So that's something to keep in mind. This stock has been beat down a lot and has been underperforming the rest of the markets. And we still believe that we will see some sort of bigger correction in this stock market, possibly in the next 12 to 18 months. However, going into that time frame, I do suspect that defensive style plays will continue to pick up, such as gold and healthcare and utilities. So this may be a good stock, but here in the short term, we could see Pfizer going up to around that $35 level. Another stock I wanted to mention, I've mentioned this one once or twice. I'm not big into really investing or putting much risk on the table when it comes to some these small cap stocks. However, I still have some small positions that I do look to trade over the coming months. As we know, we have those rate cuts and easy monetary policy is coming to uh, some degree, and global liquidity is increasing. So I wanted to mention this stock. This is uh, Mind Medicine, ticker symbol MNMD. So this is a psychedelic healthcare stock. And what I wanted to mention here is we just finished putting in a higher low on this stock. This stock has been really beaten down. So I do think this stock could go much higher here in the coming weeks and months as we see healthcare pick up, and we also start to see some of these small cap stocks and micro cap stocks start to do really well due to uh, basically liquidity leaving the bigger cap stocks in search of higher returns. So I do think this stock could do very well in the coming months. Another stock I wanted to mention is BitDeer. This is a crypto Bitcoin miner, BTDR, and they have been investing heavily in their infrastructure and using AI to help solve complicated equations. BitDeer sitting at 721, and as I mentioned, once we broke out of this downtrend, I thought we would see this stock rip, and it has so far. If we zoom out here a little bit, you see we found some support here. Excuse me, guys. After reclaiming this upwards sloping trend line, you can see what happened last time we broke out of one of these downtrends. Well, you saw a big movement to the upside, so I don't expect anything less this time. Of course, we could see a pullback here in the coming days and weeks. Nevertheless, I do think that we are going to see some of these stocks really take off when we see Bitcoin starting to take off. Stocks like these trade similar to some of the altcoins, so they move very quickly. So that's something to keep in mind. This isn't something that I would look to invest in over the long term necessarily. Typically, these companies do lose money over time, but nevertheless, they do quite well in times of easy monetary policy. If you're interested in buying stocks, commodities, or crypto, you can do so with Robinhood. Robinhood offers a 1% boost plus 8 times the national savings rate, and they allow you to begin building your portfolio with just as little as $1. They allow you to invest in stocks, options, ETFs, and trade commission free. Plus, they offer crypto such as Bitcoin, Ethereum, Doge, and many more, as well as gold. So if you're interested, there is a link down in the description below. Yes, it is a referral link, and I do appreciate it. But let's get back to Bitcoin and crypto and talk about what is going on there. So this is the monthly chart for Bitcoin. which was on the thumbnail of this video. And you can see here, September is starting to put in a bullish hammer from a technical analysis perspective. That is good for the price action to the upside. And one other thing I wanted to point out on this chart here is a lot of people are talking about they've been leaving crypto and Bitcoin is topped and all this stuff. Well, if you just take a look at that, these wicks here on these last 3 monthly candles, this shows signs of buying pressure. Every time the price comes down, it gets bought up. And we know that September is typically the weakest month of the year for Bitcoin, and October is the best month historically, and Q4 is very strong for Bitcoin and crypto, and we are still in that halving cycle year, so 2025 should continue to be very good for Bitcoin and crypto. If we take a look at this RSI chart, you see the momentum is to the upside on the monthly, and it looks like we probably will peak sometime in 2025. So I do suspect that. Um, Nevertheless, this is starting to look bullish, putting in a series of higher lows now. After that flash crash that we seen in the markets about a month ago, another chart we can take a look at is the dollar. The dollar sitting at 189 cents. Uh, One thing I wanted to point out on this chart is we have now put in a lower low for the dollar compared to the end of last year. So we know the dollar is in a downtrend here, and looks like it wants to go lower. If we get down below that $100 level, we could be going a bit lower. And of course, we know that that is good for things such as risk on assets, such as Bitcoin and crypto. Another chart I wanted to point out here is this Bitcoin ETF chart, and this shows the BTC spot ETF saw 263 million in net inflows on Friday. So this was the highest we've seen in almost 2 months, and of course this is uh, posted over here on X by Bitcoin Census. So that is really interesting. You see that these ETFs are buying up these dips. That's what we have seen time and time again. And yeah, that's some bullish news for Bitcoin and crypto because the last couple months have seen a lot of fear in the markets. And so a lot of people were getting out saying crypto is dead. I don't think that's the case. I do think that this will continue to rally through the next 6 to 18 months or so. Another chart we got here is the total three market cap. And so this is everything minus Bitcoin and Ethereum. And you can see that this box here has acted as support for the total three. We did wick down to the bottom side, but we are putting in a series of higher lows now. So I do suspect that anywhere in this area for a lot of these altcoins are good spot entries if you're looking to hold these things for the next 6 to 12 to 18 months. Also, traders will be looking at these levels, and we are looking for support here. And if we can get back through this area right here around 600 billion on the market cap and reclaim that area, that would be kind of similar to Bitcoin reclaiming $60,000. Well, I do think you will see these altcoins go much higher. I think Bitcoin is probably about to possibly break out here in the coming days and weeks, and I think you will start to see that epic crypto rally that everyone talks about. Let's go back to the Bitcoin price chart here on the daily. So again, if we could um, reclaim this area around $60,000, I'm really looking at this $59,000 level to act as support. And if we can hold that, then we will probably go back up to retest some of these other areas up here. I think it'll be key to get back above that $65,000 to show we are putting in a higher high than this previous high we saw back here in August. And if we can reclaim that area, well, then I think that will lead to the next big leg up for Bitcoin. There is a chance that we still go to the downside, so that's something to keep in mind. But I do think we will probably have seen a bottom here if we haven't done so already for Bitcoin and altcoins in the coming days and weeks as we go into the presidential election in October. Um, Another altcoin we can take a look at is Solana. Solana has been one of those coins that has done well and has really shown signs of strength. It didn't lose its key area of support like we saw on even Bitcoin and several of the other altcoins. It just continues to remain strong here between 120 and $130. And so it looks like Solana may take off here at any moment. And we also have Ethereum. This is the weekly price chart on Ethereum. And you can see here, again, a series of higher lows coming back down towards that trend line. Uh, Ethereum has been a little weaker here over the past couple months than a lot of the other major altcoins. Nevertheless, we came down to retest this 618, which is the golden pocket that many traders talk about, making this potentially a great entry for Ethereum for spot buyers. And we have the stochastic RSI at the bottom side on the weekly. So once this ticks up, that's when you start to see uh, these big candles to the upside. We can look here back in July when we got that golden cross there, that we call it, where the blue line ticks above the orange. You see these big candles to the upside. You also saw that back in May, and then also back here in February, and then last year in October. So you see the upside, and I think this time isn't going to be any different. I do think that this time, though, we probably do go back up to retest those all-time highs, or not all-time highs, sorry, but those previous highs that we saw earlier this year. Then we can go retest those all-time highs that we saw from 2021. If you're interested in buying Bitcoin, Solana, Ethereum, or many more cryptos, you can do so with iTrust Capital. I use iTrust Capital and iTrust Capital allows you to buy, sell, and trade crypto, gold, and silver 24/7 in a low cost, no monthly fee, tax advantage IRA. iTrust Capital has over 5,000 plus 5-star reviews on Google. And what I liked about iTrust is whenever you do set up your account, they actually have people that you can call and talk to, and they allow you to roll over a portion or all of your 401k or IRA with iTrust. There is a link down in the description below, and when you sign up, you will receive an additional $100 for signing up using the link below. Um, Another thing that what I like about iTrust is since it is a tax advantage IRA, you can defer your taxes until retirement. All right, guys, it's Tuesday. I hope you all are doing great out there. Don't forget to go follow me over on X at Mind of Financier. I am Mind of the Financier on YouTube, Instagram, and Facebook. But over on X, I post anything that I see that has to do with the markets, including stocks, commodities, and crypto. And anyway, guys, I hope you all have a great day today. And until next time, guys, take care, be legendary, and peace out.